Did you catch yesterday's video? I hope you did. It was absolute cinema. What a crazy episode it was. We're back today with Strikeless. Massive summer ahead as we prepare for our promotion. How is it going, you lovely lot? And a warm welcome back. We've got a board takeover ongoing, we've got insecure finances, and yet we're going to try and make a transfer special of things today. The budgets have been set for the new season. £70,000 in the transfer budget, wage budget, got about £10,000 to spend. We're going to try and stretch that as far as we can. In all honesty, I have no idea how this stacks up against other teams in the division we're going up to. Of course, that division is the Persian Gulf Pro League, where last year a team called Tractor won it all. What a great team name. I assume there's a story behind the team name. I just choose to believe they're named after a tractor, literally. I mean, that probably is what it is, isn't it? I've done some research. Wikipedia tells me the club was founded in 1970 by the Iran Tractor Manufacturing Company. So it's just a big advert, really, isn't it? Well, if you're in Iran and you need a tractor, you know where to get one. To kick things off today, we've got a season review. You can see, of course, we won the league on the final day. Crazy drama. I was really hoping this season was going to be more straightforward than it was. Signing off the season from Bashantara Kings was Mark the Space. I'm not really sure how I'm meant to feel about that. And to be honest, I'm not really sure how to feel about this end to the season where we just lost far too many games. Loads of 1-0 defeats in here. It is safe to say that we weakened our team in that kind of January to February transfer window. And we did feel it a little bit. Of course, it wasn't like we had much choice. Having been relegated last year down to the second tier in Iran and with a club with, well, a lot of debt to deal with, we had to move on players. You can see here, no broadcast revenue for the season just gone, much less corporate and hospitality money, more prize money, incidentally. Yeah, I'm going to hope the finances look a little better going into next year. Azizi won Fans Player of the Season and Young Player of the Season. I really like Azizi, but he is one of the highest earners at the club with his contract expiring at the end of next year. And if I'm being honest, I don't feel like he's like world-class and amazing and worth me making the highest earner at the club. But at the same time, I can't really get rid of him. Anyway, you know what? I am getting ahead of myself. As much as this is a transfer special, the transfer window actually doesn't open, I don't think, until the start of July. Yeah, July the 2nd is when the window opens. I think I'm going to kind of take the initial period of today's transfer special to just try and get rid of players. The board want us to play defensively solid, counter-attacking football next year. And the aim for the year is to avoid relegation. I want to think we can do that. There is a lot of stuff here to fulfill, isn't there? Also, I've only got 1 year left on my current contract. Maybe you should look into that. Okay, end of season team meeting. Next season's aims. I'm going to say mid-table. You know what? I'm going to get ballsy. We are going to get mid-table with the right additions. I'm actually kind of surprised that so many of the players agreed with that. Now, if you are wondering, Jack, when does the next season start? Honestly, I don't know yet. Let's just check Tractor's schedule real quick. The league season starts in August, so we've got about 2.5-3 months to sort out the team. Now, in the Persian Gulf League, we are given 1 extra registration slot to register a foreign player. We might have to explore moving on foreign players to free up further slots. And you can see here, the transfer window closes on the 30th of August, so we've got a while to get stuff done. Now, in terms of the plans for next season, I do kind of need to think about them a little bit. We've got some very good players with contracts expiring next year that I need to sort out. And of course, we've got players like Abbasi, who was out on loan for the year just gone, coming back to the team, who I now can afford to keep due to the wages. Of course, in the transfer window episode, that only happened a few episodes ago, we loaned out various players that were just on too much money a week for kind of their squad status. Those players are going to be coming back, and I'm probably going to want to move some of them on. Vasilev here, who we've got in on loan, I'm not going to renew the loan of. So that is going to free up 1 foreign player slot. And in fact, I am thinking that next year I might go to a 4-3-3, maybe play Mark at defensive mid, and then Sultani and Abbasi can play as kind of 2 centre mids that have permission to get forward. Sultani this year, the man in green, was our best player this year. Abbasi, who's coming back from a loan, is so much better. He's going to be such a big upgrade in the middle. Now, I think I am going to try and get some players out. Tabata Bey here has a little bit of interest in him. He's wanted by a team in Uzbekistan, but the transfer window there isn't open at the moment. I would love to get him off the wages. And in terms of other players with values that are quite high, I don't know how to feel about Samake. I like Samake because he's a decent fullback, but he's injury prone, inconsistent. He uses one of our foreign player slots, and I just think of all the impactful positions where you could have foreign players, fullback just isn't the impactful position that you want to use those slots on. I'm going to try and shift on some players. I might look at players around the world just to see if there's any players with contracts expiring that we should go in for. But yeah, primary aim, get Tabatabayi out this club. I hate this man. Okay, Abassi, I have recalled back from his loan. I didn't realise that I could just recall him from his loan. Now the transfer window's open. It's the 4th of June. He is back. He is in the team. And yeah, I think I feel a little bit better about things. I have been doing some thinking. I do wonder if I do get rid of Samake at right back, does Mark go back to right back? Do we send him on a throwback to where he started his career back in Singapore in the kind of wider fullback position? And then maybe either Alipur, who's been crazy on his loan, comes into his team to play defensive midfielder. Or maybe alternatively and more likely, I could go with Ashuri. Ashuri or Alipur? I think it'd have to be Ashuri. Alipur is only 17, has a fantastic head of hair. I kind of want to give him a spot in the first team if I can. So I have already started kind of blocking out the starting 11 and the formation and shape that we might go with. I think it is going to be a more conventional 4-3-3 for the coming year, with Sultani and Abassi really being given permission to get further up the pitch. In terms of the bench, I mean, you can see here, look at all the youngsters that are on the bench right now. Loads of players that have come through our academy with good potential. In a weird way, I don't really want to lose this kind of DNA that the club has. I have offered out to Tabatabayi. I've not had any interest in him yet. We'll keep an eye on that situation. Hopefully I'm coming back in a moment and someone has finally made a bid, because the £2,700 he's on is deeply upsetting. Okay, good news everyone. £200,000 to Tabatabayi. I'm not even going to bother negotiating this. I just want the money. Oh, and in some other news, Samake, who I was already thinking about letting go, he started kicking up a fuss about wanting a new contract. I think I'm going to sell him. I'll be honest, this is really tempting. I'm actually getting an offer from Muang Thong United in Thailand. Apparently, teams in Thailand love Iranian African players. Samake from Guinea, I think I've got to let him go, haven't I? His valuation is 110,000 to 200,000. It's early on in the window, so I'm going to just try and push for a little bit more money. Okay, maybe I should have pushed for more money. They've accepted a bid there of £160,000 that I've negotiated. I mean, I'll fly him to Thailand myself for that price. That is a good deal, I think. Also, some of the intermediary suggestions I've been getting have been wild. I've been getting loads of intermediary suggestions from players in Europe. Apparently, De Cruz here, who's a youngster who Crystal Palace are about to release, he wants to come to Iran. I don't really understand it either. I don't need a goalie. Of course, we've got a Mala at the club, and he is going to be the main goalie, I think, going forward. He's using one of our foreign player spots, but I do think he's a really, really great keeper. If you were wondering about Manardi, he's still not on a proper contract. At this point, I'm too scared to give him a proper contract. He keeps insisting he wants to be first choice. So I'm just going to leave him here for now. I might need to get a new goalie in case he just walks away one day randomly, given the fact he's not contracted to us. Well, some good news, everyone. Both those sales have now been confirmed. It's only a week later, but yeah, the transfers of Samake and Tabatabayi are to go through. That's going to save us £3,000 in wages. Also give us some good transfer income. Sadly, in terms of that transfer income, we are still only getting 5% of it. I tried asking the board for more. I've done it 3 times since I joined the club in November. They've turned it down every time. But you know what? The transfer window in Iran might not be open. That doesn't mean I'm not already in the market. And one of the reasons I'm back is because I've got a bit of a dilemma. We have here Milo. Yeah, Milo Bedini of Cagliari. He's a striker with 16 finishing who is consistent. His contract's running out at Cagliari. I was able to sign him just on an approach to sign deal. His agent very kindly offered him to me. I've actually agreed a contract to make him the second highest earner at the club. But his injury proneness and his lack of adaptability is making me scared. But he is also just a really, really good striker. I mean, look, as we saw last episode and the episode before that, goals sometimes just dry up at this club. And whilst we have Gorbanpur as our main goal scorer, Milo could just be such a great solution. I mean, look at it. The head-to-head comparison, Milo is just a better version. I mean, it would mean that Gorbanpur maybe drops down to the bench, or alternatively, I maybe train him to play in a wide attacking mid position. Oh, do I want to use one of my foreign player spots on an injury-prone player? Normally, I'd say no. I don't know if I should sign him. Oh, I wanted to hit the delay option, but there's no delay option. Oh, I almost feel like it's worth a punt on a free transfer. The thing is, it's not... The issue I've got here is the league rules for Iran, both in the second and top division, are... It's registered foreign players for... You know, in some previous nations we've managed in, it's like 4 foreign players in the match squad. So if you have an injury-prone player, you just remove them from a match squad and you can get in another foreign player. I can't do that if I sign Bedini. And the thing that makes this trickier is I am already looking to fill up the other foreign player slots. I've got 2 players that I really like the look of, but I don't think I'd sign both of them. We have here Lion Ake, who's inconsistent and injury-prone, but he was wanted by some pretty significant teams, if I might say so myself. I've given him a contract offer. I don't know if he's going to want to join us, but he is solid. But actually, of all the options I've looked at, this might be the man I'm most interested in, Ahmed Hani. He is an Egyptian international. Yeah, he had international caps. That's how I kind of uncovered him. We've offered him, well, you can see here, a contract that I'm hoping he's going to accept. There's various teams interested in him, including Tractor. Yet the Iranian Tractor Company want my Wonder Kids too. I'm saying my Wonder Kids about a player I've not signed. He's 21. He can play centre attacking mid. He can play centre mid. He can play striker. Part of me wonders, could I play him at striker in like a really supportive false 9 role? And there was Sultani and Abbasi in behind. Could we have some really fun, creative forward force? Or maybe, I don't know if I would do this, I could go strikerless. Like Gorbanpour could drop deep, and then Gorbanpour becomes Hani. Is that a silly idea? I don't know if I hate it, to be honest. Hani is very, very good. There is also one other foreign player I'm looking at. Yeah, I'm looking at more foreign players than there are slots free in the club. What of it? We have here Niamsi. I'm looking to scout him at the moment. He is contracted to Cotton Sport at the moment. He is a tireless defensive midfielder. And I actually really quite like the look of his mentals. Really, really good in the mentals department. Found him just looking through African under-20 teams. And he could be a good option at defensive mid. I mentioned earlier, didn't I, the idea of maybe promoting Alipour into the defensive mid area, or maybe it's Ashuri who we played in the defensive mid position. If we're being real just for a moment, Niamsi probably would be a much better solution in this part of the pitch. I really wish I could delay this offer for Bedini. I just think with the injury proneness and the other options I've got lined up, he's not the man to maybe go for. If I just compare him with Hani real quick, oh, he's so much better than Hani, but he's injury prone. What would you do? What should I do? I have to make a decision. You know what? Modern problems require modern solutions. I'm going to give ChatGPT a screenshot and ask ChatGPT if they'd sign him. This is definitely how I should make all my transfer decisions. Yeah, I like this. 16th edition, excellent for a goal scorer. We did lack one of those before. Still developing. Verdict, yes, sign him. He's injury prone. I feel like I'm trying to talk myself out of signing him. When to avoid signing him? If you're a newly promoted team that can't afford key players missing long spells, if you need a reliable first choice striker, I don't know if we do. We've got other striking options. Verdict is now no. It's not ChatGPT, you've not helped me here. You know what? I'll give ChatGPT a screenshot of the injury history. All right, injury history's been provided. Maybe watching it written out like this is going to make me realise it's a lot worse. I mean, he's missed 6 months, and he's only been on planet Earth in Football Manager terms for like 3 years. He's injury prone in training and matches. Avoid signing him. If you're a newly promoted team, I've made my decision. Right, sorry, Milo. I'm cancelling the deal. Naturally, now I'm really hoping that Hani agrees to join us because I think he'd be good. Also, I just remembered, I was in the middle of negotiating with Niamsi when I came back to record and talk about Bedini. Niamsi is going to cost me a fair chunk of cash, which I could technically afford with clauses. Do I want to spend all my money on this guy? I feel like I need to scout him. If you were wondering about the scouting stuff, I've just been fudging the budgets to look at players. Because if I do this, then go to World, I can afford World scouting for a month. But at the moment, I think I found all the players that I need from afar. So we're going to go back to the national package. I love the random players that, due to the kind of sorting by world reputation, are just presented to me by Football Manager. Like, there's just players from every corner of the world that apparently we just know about through different staff members. It's one of my favourite things about managing in these random leagues in FM. I think I am going to make a bid for Niamsi. They negotiated a fairly hefty deal here. I'm going to try and just break it up a little bit more. I'll offer them 100,000, but it does need to be very spread out. Okay, they've accepted that. Hopefully his wage demands aren't too unreasonable. So last year we had 3 foreign player spots. Samake's going to be leaving the club, so that's 1 freed up. Vasilev was in on loan, so that's another 1 freed up, and we get the extra spots. There's 3 foreign player spots, and I'm currently looking to sign 3 players. The maths kind of maths us out. Okay, Niamsi has reservations, but I want him to join us more than Tractor. He wants to be a star player. I really like the look of this guy, and actually the scout reports come in for him. Super, super consistent. Great personality as well. Versatile. I need to sign him. He's asking for £1,500 a week and a nice long-term deal. We can definitely afford that. I'm going to remove the increase after a number of league games. But yeah, Niamsi, 4-year deal. I think that's quite good. I think with the foreign player spots, a goalie, a centre defensive mid, a striker, and then some kind of creative midfielder is probably the best way to use the spots. Of all these players we've got coming in right now, Lion is the one I'm just not sure about, because I don't know how I fit him in the team with all the other players. Unless I go to a diamond formation, but a lot of my best players, the best potential are wide attacking midfielders. So I don't think that's a play either. I might end up cancelling the Lion one for now, but I kind of want to just see if I can sign these 3 players, because if I can, it opens up opportunities. Oh, and in case you've lost track, the transfer window actually doesn't open for 2 weeks. I'm just getting all my business done early. Scout reports come in for Lion Ake. Yeah, I mean, I like the look of this guy, but the injury proneness and inconsistency is just a bit of a concern. Another youngster who I was looking at was Pape Sagna here. He plays for the Diambars. If you've never looked at Diambars in Football Manager and tried to sign players off them, go do it right now, because they always have good young players. This guy's actually got fairly professional personality. He's very good, isn't he? He's very, very good. I mean, I thought our centre-backs are good. If I just compare Karga with Pape Sagna, I feel like I should be signing Sanga. The question mark is, how much is he going to cost me? I mean, I made an offer before. This is what they negotiated back. If I lowered the wage budget, does the transfer budget go up? Oh, it kind of does. I could rejig the budgets to make it happen, but I don't want to pay too much. I might try the exact same offer I just made for the Cotton Sport defence midfielder, which they've accepted. Probably could have got him for cheaper, but if we end up signing Sanga and Niamsi for £200,000, bearing in mind I have sold the absolute fraud that is Tabata Bay for £200,000, I think it's just good business. Granted, there is interest from a load of teams in Turkey, which is all the more reason to try and get this deal done now before the Turkish transfer window opens. Wants to be a star player. We'll teach him how to speak Persian. I mean, not me personally, but someone will. And actually, these wage demands are not that unreasonable either. £1,500, 4-year deal, get him in. Right, now for real, it is just a case of stopping making offers for players. If I can get in Hani, Niamsi and Sanya, I think we're good. Lion, I don't know if I need as much. He's a good little creative centre attacking mid, but I've already got Abassi and Sultani who are kind of similar in the mould of player they are. Apparently our chairman has quashed rumours of a takeover. I'll be honest, I kind of forgot that was going on. Yeah, there is no takeover right now. There's 25 Iranian players that have played at least one youth appearance for Iran. I'm going to scout them all. Obviously, if we use all our foreign player spots, young Iranians are going to be the future. There's one partially Iranian player with a cap. It's Boboev here, who plays for Tajikistan, and I'll be honest, he's not very good. Okay, this is a really big transfer. Ahmed Hani is going to join the club. I love the look of this guy. Really good centre attacking mid. He may end up being our go-to striking option, but he can also slot into the centre of the midfield. I'd be lying if I was to say with his arrival, there's not a tiny part of me really tempted to go Strikeless next year, but that might be cooking just a little bit too much. We've snapped him up on a free transfer, send him on a language course. I didn't realise he could join immediately, although I guess the transfer window being closed, but the free agent window being open, it makes sense he can join now. If I am going to play some kind of Strikeless thing, or if Gorbanpour's going to drop down the pecking order, I think I should trade him at left attacking mid as an inside forward. I think that would help him anyway to kind of fit within our new system that we're going towards. I still maintain that Azizi, our current left winger, is kind of just a little bit overrated and overhyped, and his wages are a bit too extreme for what he's offering. I mean, Mortazavi, who plays on the right-hand side and is either-footed, I'm going to make the argument is a better player who's on £25 a week. If I play Ahmed Hani there, maybe the question is, do you play him as a false 9 or do you play him at centre attacking mid and go strikeless and just operate off pure vibes? Oh, I've not done strikeless in so long and it's such a fun way to play Football Manager. Now, given the way in which we lost many games by not scoring this year, whether or not it's a good idea, the jury is still very much out. Okay, Albert Niamsi is joining the club. Yeah, another team a bit like Diambar's. Cotton Sport just always have good players that are worth checking out in Football Manager. I love the look of this guy. Great mentals. He's going to be such a good defensive mid for us. I have just spent £100,000 there. Granted, some of it is going to be spread out over 3 years. If we get the transfer of Sangan done as well, what a window we've had early doors. Have just spotted it here in the social feed. Bedini has turned professional and he's just signed a deal with Cagliari. I'll tell you what, if he goes on to be absolutely insane, or maybe I end up managing him if we end up going to Italy at some point, he's going to be such a big what if, isn't he? Kasim Passer have made an offer for Sanga. Why have you done that? You wangs. Right, I was already offering him a decent chunk of money. I'm going to offer him more. I'm going to make him the highest earner at the club. He's such a good centre-back at such a young age. I'm going to be really cross if we don't get him now. Granted, of all the young players we're looking at, positionally, centre-back is the one area where I'd say we weren't as desperate for a player. Tabata Bay has left the club. The fans are furious that a regular starter's been sold. I do not care. Does anyone ever use the recruitment meetings in Football Manager? I love the fact that I'm spending all my money on various players and now the scouts are like, yeah, should we do that recruitment meeting thing? We've signed a load of players, lads. It's too late now. I mentioned earlier, didn't I, the fact my contract ran out at the end of the year. I'm going to ask for a new one. I'm also going to ask for a new coaching badge, because we've not yet maxed out our coaching courses. We've got a Continental B. I want the Continental A and then the Continental Pro license too. They've rejected my request for a new contract and they don't want to give me coaching badges. Never mind. Okay, all the youngsters that we started scouting were starting to get like reports back on. Are any of these guys good? I mean, this guy's a model citizen, but he doesn't look great. Lots of B pluses, actually. Players with 3.5-star ability here. Decent left back who can play anywhere around the back. That might be useful to me. I have just seen his value. I can't afford that, can I? In amongst these young Iranians, there's a few other players that look quite good. We have here Amir Reza Gharibi. He's a centre-back. Super consistent. Great important matches. Great jumping reach, but not actually good at heading. He's available as a freebie, though, and at 22, I kind of like the idea of signing someone off Shamsazar after the pain they caused me last year. Can I just approach to sign him? I can. What's his wage demands like? I mean, we've got a fair amount of wage budget free, so this doesn't scare me that much. That's a little bit more scary. I mean, based on the scout report, they still think he could be one of the best centre-backs in our team. We do have Musavi, who's 19, who's maybe a similar mould of player. But as a depth option, I do really like Gharibi. Okay, I've negotiated an offer of £1,200. We'll see if he takes it. He might just renew his contract. The other player who I like the look of was this guy, Irfan Yaramadi. Look at him. Striker, great technique, great finishing. Was playing for Shamsazar, but walked out on them after last year. He got 11 goals in the second tier. I mean, he's inconsistent, but I really don't hate the look of him. Wants to be an important player. Let's try and lower it to regular starter. In terms of wage demands, I don't want to be paying him much more than 1,500. You know what? A little sell-on isn't too bad. 1.5? 1.5. I think these could be two good signings. I'm not expecting Yaramadi here to improve much because of his personality, but depth goal scoring we just didn't have last year. Plus, if I am leaning down this route of going strikerless or playing Hani as a false 9, having a kind of quote-unquote proper striker on the bench to maybe throw on an actual attacker at times would be quite nice. And with respect to Alipour, he didn't really score as many goals as I hoped on off the bench last year. And you know what? These two guys together, I mean, you could move Alipour on off the bench on the right, bring Yaramadi through the middle. That would be quite good, I think. Season expectations have just arrived here. The aim for the year, avoid relegation. That's good. I've now been offered a new contract, having not been offered one before. £1,000 a week. We're going to finalise that deal. That is good with me. And in some more good news, the team is fully professional again. Of course, when they got relegated, they weren't professional anymore. They've now decided they are pro, and look at our overall balance. It's the healthiest it's been since I've joined the club. There were a few players with contracts expiring this year that I couldn't get to sign new deals because they were already on full-time deals and I could only offer them part-time deals. Can I now get Abassi signed to a proper contract? I can. He wants release clauses in his contract. Why are you doing this to me, Abassi? Would I rather lose him on a free transfer or risk losing him for a few £100,000? I think I've got to keep him around. I might come back to him and try and remove the release clause, but it's still very, very early in the preseason. The transfer window hasn't even opened yet. Managed to get Musavi on a new contract. That's really good because he's a really good centre-back that I don't want to lose for free. As much as I kind of mentioned Alipur, I'm not sure if he's the goal-scoring option on off the bench that I dream of. Definitely want to get him on a new deal as well. Probably with these players should be talking to their agents before I chat to them. Just trying to remove the release clauses in advance. Can we get a 3-year deal? 3-year deal? It's not the cheapest wages in the world, but we can afford them. I mentioned earlier Azizi as a player who I don't know if he's justifying his wages. Let's see how much he asks for if I chat with him. £3,000. 3,000. No chance. Absolutely no chance. I'm not even going to consider it. Also, I just realised he's got a promotional wage rise and his contract's now gone up to £2,400. Would it be mental to sell him? I'm thinking about selling him. I don't know if I should do it or not. He might not react well to being offered out. Yeah, that is a concern. He is a bit of a hometown hero. What about if I hire an intermediary? There's no interest in the moment. Okay, you know what? It's not worth offering him out. But I don't know if I'm going to renew his contract given how much he's on. Okay, my new contract's been signed. Now I'm just going to hope that the players that I wanted to sign also join us, including Yaramadi, who apparently has late interest from other teams. None of them have offered him a contract yet. They're all teams in the top division, though. I mean, if nothing else, the fact they're all interested reaffirms to me the fact he is good enough to play in the top division of Iran, which, you know what, when you're kind of in a situation like this where you don't know, I suppose, what the level of footballer you should be aiming for is. If other teams in your league are interested in a player, he's probably good enough. Clubs in Iran release players. Oh, should I be looking at these guys? Players like Falata here, Iranian international, right winger, good on his left foot, doesn't want to join me. Never mind. There's a lot of players with contracts expiring at the end of the year. And I don't know how many of them I'm actually going to end up renewing the contracts of. Oh my word, look at all these wage rises. That is pain. Our committed wage spend is now actually over the wage budget with all the players that could potentially be joining us. Granted, well no, actually I was going to say granted they might not all join us. Now, I do want these all to join us. Estiglal and going over the wage budget. Name a more iconic duo. I'll wait. The window's now open. Albert Niamsi has joined us. The transfer window's open. We've added in this very, very tasty defensive midfielder. I'll tell you what, if this team now has a strength, it is the centre of the midfield. Sultani is the weak link of sort, but I feel like Sultani and Abassi, great creative players with some really good passing, and now Niamsi in behind them is just going to break down all the play. Oh, pain. Sagna heading to Turkey. Yeah, we weren't able to sign our man. He would have been such a good addition at centre-back. But, I mean, it means we still got a foreign player slot to use. Venezia have now made an offer for Abassi. He's probably going to kick up a fuss, isn't he, if I don't accept the offer. But the offer they've made just isn't that enticing. I've tried to resolve the contract talks with him. The agent doesn't want to hear any of it. I mean, to be honest, for the money they're offering, I'd rather let him run down his contract and leave on a free. I think he's going to be really important this year. Our first game of the season, by the way, is in 50 days. We've now officially been promoted. What's the season preview saying? Okay, it's saying 9th. That's actually a lot better than I expected. And Mark has made it into the Media Dream 11. Who is our second player in this list of players? Oh, wait, it's Niamsi. I mean, that's a good reflection on him as a signing, I think. I mean, now that I know I've got a foreign player spot free, at least I can go look at all the other players from, you know, the go-to African clubs like ASEC. I mean, this guy's good, isn't he? He's very good. Do I want OC Kuan? I mean, the other option was Generation Foot. Generation Foot always produce good players. They've got here So. My face pack from my Gibraltar save game is overlapping here. I don't think this is how the man's meant to look. He's a good left back. I don't want a left back using my foreign player spot. I did just have a look at various other go-to clubs that the obvious ones to scout. Oh, I kind of want Kuan, but I don't think there's a world where I can afford him. He's going to be a lot, isn't he? Transfer budget, £0. Close to the wage budget. Yeah, this one isn't going to work, is it? Also, I sent my scouts to loads of players when I upped the scouting range, and now all my budget's been spent scouting loads of random players that looked good. So that's promising. Should we just sign more Egyptians? Andy here looks really good with the star rating. Then you look at him and realise, my scout to Wangs. This guy's not good. Do I want to delay the transfer of Amir Garibi? No, I don't. Can we just adjust the budgets to give myself a bit of transfer budget so that I can pay agent fees and stuff? I think that's the play. Garibi is my plan B centre-back. He's the man we're going to bring in. I'm now not going to use a foreign player spot here. He looks like he could be a really good player, good domestic squad player. That's what we want to hear. The next thing I really want to hear is that Yaramadi is going to be joining us. There was a little bit of interest in him, but teams haven't made bids. If I get this guy in, I think we've had a really good window, and the window's only been open 3 days. OC's agent wants me to talk. I can't afford him, I'm sorry. I wasted your time. Given how close we are now to spending all our budget, kind of wage-wise, I'll be honest, I feel like we're kind of approaching a natural conclusion to the end of today's video. Like, we're going to get a few big transfers done. I'm going to feel suitably prepared for the season, but it feels like one of those pre-seasons where I'm going to have loads and loads of time to kind of experiment with my starting 11, maybe try out a few of the different formation ideas I've got, and, well, make an informed decision for what to do come the start of the season, where we've got Foolad and then Tractor. And if anyone's wondering, Jack, there's a sell-on clause here on Momo. Why not sell him? It's £40,000. I don't think it's worth selling. I'm not that desperate for money this year. Oh, Venezia have made another offer for Abassi. Reject. I'll tell you what, make a comment now. Will Abassi be here at the start of the season? That's your prediction to make for tomorrow's video. I do wonder, with all the various youngsters I've brought in and kind of the new depth players, if there's much of an opportunity like last year to loan out some of our younger players that are a bit overpaid. A few of them have actually got some interest in them, including Degani. I'll be honest, I kind of just want to get rid of. This guy's on £700 a week, and I'm never going to use him. Of course, I did make you just a couple of days ago watch me for like half an hour straight offer out players. I'm going to spare you that fate today. Alipour signed a new contract. Hopefully that is going to be the first of many, as, well, numerous scout reports are coming in here for all those youth players, or players that have played at youth level that I scouted. I don't think I can afford any of them now. I found the freebies. We've signed those up. Well, we've signed one of them up. I'm hoping we're gonna sign the other. You know what, Earthan? Very good timing, my friend. Welcome Yaramadi to the club. The 22-year-old, really, really good, exciting Iranian forward. At 22, I'm not expecting him to improve a lot, despite the fact he's got potential, just due to his unambitious personality, but he loves big matches, and on off the bench, I think he's pretty darn good. All I'm saying is, if the season started tomorrow, this would be my starting 11. I am really, really quite happy with it. Gorbanpour's going to have to learn to play out on the left-hand side, but he's already got a little bit of knowledge there. Hani, I think I am going to try out as a false 9 option. If it doesn't work out, we can maybe drop him in for Sultani at centre mid, and then play Yaramadi up front, or maybe even play Gorbanpour up front, and then move in Azizi, who I'm still thinking about selling given these wages. Sadly though, with that little bit of business, while the overall balance is good, and I'm hoping it is going to continue to rise our overall balance just over time with the new income that we have as a promoted team, we are now over the wage budget, and we don't have a lot of transfer budget left. So there's not going to be any big splashes between now and the window closing and the start of the season when we're going to be back next time. Tomorrow is going to be a baptism as fire as we head into the Persian Gulf League, because we have got to take on the team predicted to finish second, who are the reigning champions, and the team predicted to finish 8th. Neither are easy. Both should be fun. I'll see you tomorrow for those. Oh, and also, before you go, before I say I'm out, let me know down in the comments, thoughts on this transfer window. Players we've added, the shape I'm going with, Strikeless, question mark? Let me know. Okay, I really am done now. I'll see you tomorrow. Take things easy. It's me, Jack, and I'll talk to you in a bit. I'm out.